Hello, my name is Katie Robertson, and I'm a speech language pathologist and assistive technology facilitator at Loudoun County Public Schools. And I'm going to teach my friend and speech pathologist, Carly Madsen, how to make her own proximity switch. What you'll need is a VCNL 4040 proximity sensor from adafruit.com. It's got two plugs on either end, and then the sensor is this little part right here. This is the brain. It's a Raspberry Pi QT 2040, and you can tell it apart from the sensor because it's got two buttons on it and it's got this USB-C connector right here. You'll need a Stemma connector cable. You can also get the QT Pi and the Stemma connector cable from adafruit.com, and I have all that listed in the written tutorial. And you will need a USB-C to USB-A cable that transfers data as well as power. There's no way to tell just by looking at it, but if you plug everything in and it's not working or your computer isn't detecting it, it might be because your USB cable isn't sending all the information that you think it is. Following the tutorial, the first thing Carly is going to do is she is going to plug in the sensor to the little brain, and then she's going to plug the sensor into the computer. And the QT Py will have an LED that's flashing rainbow colors on it. And that's how you know you've got it plugged in correctly. um, so now on our tutorial, you have to enter bootloader mode on the chip. So on the tutorial, this button that's highlighted in red, you hold that down, and while continuing to hold it, don't let go, press and release the reset button. So you hold this red one down and then press and release the blue one. Okay, go to this link in step 3 in the tutorial. Click on it. Download .uf2 now. It'll pop up here, but you need to go to your File Explorer and find it in Downloads. Click it and drag it down to your drive. Right there, RPI RP2. Once you have completed that step, the name of your drive will change to CircuitPy. Now you're ready to follow step 4, which is to download the CircuitPython libraries from here. Currently, that is version 9. I've already downloaded it. It's a zip file, so you're going to need to unzip it. If you're a PC user, go to your File Explorer, and in your downloads, you should see it, and it should say Adafruit CircuitPython Bundle 9X, blah, 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 blah. So after you unzip it, you double click, and you double click again, and you go to the LIB folder, short for library. You double click, and there's a whole lot of files in here, but we only need these 4. And the way we can quickly find them if we're PC users is to type it in this box to search the LIB folder. So you're going to type Adafruit VCNL 4040. You don't even need to type the whole thing. You can just type VCNL 4040. That's our sensor. And you need to click on that and drag it down to library. I already have mine in there. You also need Adafruit bus device, which is a folder, and you can just type bus and see the folder, click drag it down to library. The next one you need is Adafruit Register, which is a folder. So search your library for Register, click that, drag it down to your CircuitPy drive. The last one you need is Adafruit HID. So go to your Explorer and search for Adafruit HID and click it and drag it down to your CircuitPy drive. Or you can right click and say send to CircuitPy drive if that's easier for you. All of that eventually needs to go into the LIB folder on CircuitPy drive. So if you're dragging it like this, drag it down to library. All of mine are in library. Step number 5 is to download the Mu editor. I linked it right here. It gives you a page with detailed instructions for how to install it. When you first start up Mu Editor, you have to select the mode. You want CircuitPython, so pick the one with the purple Python. You also need your QtPy plugged into your computer and set up as CircuitPy before you do this step. Following the tutorial, the next thing you're going to do is open Mu Editor. The icon looks like this. I already have mine open. My code is already there. Yours will not be. So what you need to do is click load as per the directions and make sure that your CircuitPy drive is selected and load code.py. Mine's going to say it's already loaded. And if it says the file code.py is already open, that means that you've already done it. But how do you get this code? I have linked 3 different versions of the code in my tutorial. So you just click on it and it will open a plain text version of the code. You just click and drag to highlight it, Control C to copy, come over here, click and Control V to paste in your code. At this point, your code should be working. To watch it work, you can click on Serial, and you should start seeing something that looks like this. It's a list of proximities. This is telling you every time a new proximity pops up, it's taking a measurement of how far away your sensor is from something. The code that I have on here right now is for the enter key. So when I move my hand close, it says enter key, press, enter key released. And when I move my hand away and it detects another change in proximity, the enter key is pressed and the enter key is released again. Something to notice about the code is the comments. They are in gray with a hashtag symbol before them. They explain what these lines of code do. So this line of code is to initialize our VCNL 4040 sensor. The ones that you can play with are setting the proximity threshold. This is the number of proximity units, whatever units it's using to measure. This is how much of a change it will detect before it does what you tell it to do. So with this, if it detects a change of more than 10, it's going to press the enter key and release the enter key. You can play with this proximity threshold to make it very sensitive, to make it much less sensitive, depending on what kind of movements your user has and how they're using the switch. You can also come down here where it says hashtag wait for 1 second before checking proximity again. You can increase this wait time so that you don't get that double press when you move something close and it says enter key pressed and released. And then when you move it away, the enter key is pressed and released again. It even pressed enter in my code. So If you don't want that to happen, you can increase the amount of time before it checks the proximity again. And whenever you make any of those changes, you need to hit save to make sure that you save your code. And this is what it looks like when you hit save. It'll say code stop by auto reload, reloading soon, and then it will start detecting your sensor again. So you don't need to rewrite the whole code to change your delay time and to check your proximity threshold. I do not recommend having no delay time at all before checking the proximity again. It will really test the limits of how fast your computer processes, and you will get a huge lag down here on your proximities. Unless you have a machine where that's all it's doing. My laptop is doing multiple other things, so it's not really feasible for me. But you can see I moved my hand close and it pressed and released the enter key even up in my code. You can have two of these switches connected at the same time, tab and enter, to do basic two switch scanning. You don't need any adapters. You can just plug in the USB port, regular USB port on the computer, and it works. You also do not need to have MuEditor installed for this to work. You need MuEditor installed if you want to change the code at all or check what the code is doing or see if you're getting any error messages. But in order to do two switch scanning, for it just to work, you don't need CircuitPython installed. So you can run this on a Chromebook or something where you cannot download anything. And I hope that's enough to get you started. And yeah, thank you very much.